He not leaving his wife for you, girl. What do I mean when I say that? I mean just that. He is not leaving his wife for you. I don't give a care what he say. They having problems and they're in a tough situation right now. They sleep in separate rooms, they going through a divorce. All of that stuff he may tell you, that's just words and lies to keep you on the hook and keep you sucked into the illusion and not stop sleeping with him. Listen, girl, he ain't leaving his wife for you. He is where he is because that's where he wants to be, despite whatever he may be telling you.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to another session with the older man. Today, my friends, we're going to get into that one elusive, forbidden subject. Getting involved with a married man. Yeah. But more importantly, you have to know when that married man is falling in love with you, ladies. So this one is more for the ladies. But gentlemen, you got to also understand and identify when you're falling in love with your mistress. So listen up. It's going to be a hot one today, my friends. Okay? All right, listen, guys, subscribe if you have not done so already. And I got to do a quick little correction. Yesterday, I did my video and I said to you I was going to give away 1,000 AI prompts to whoever wanted it. And unfortunately, the link that I put in the description was the incorrect link. So over 200 of you did not actually click on the right link. You went to my digital course instead of the free stuff. I swear that was not intentional. So I have now corrected it. So if you now go to the description section, you will now see 1,000 AI prompts free. Guys, go nuts. Grab your 1,000 AI prompts for helping you with anything. My gift to you for listening, for supporting me. Thank you all so much. Okay? Of course, if you want to pick up the digital course for $49.95, by all means, don't hesitate. I think both of these two combined, you got an amazing deal. All right? But no strings attached. Just go and get your AI prompts that will help you with life. I am trying to help each and every single one of you who watch me. So back to the issue with that forbidden love. When couples get together with someone who's married or both couples are married, you got to identify when one person, especially the man, is falling in love with the mistress. Hey, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, man. These things happen. I've had two individuals in the last 2 days who are having affairs with married individuals. All right? And one was a woman who called me for consultation. Hello. I never mention names, of course, but she's been seeing the same married man for over 4 years. 4 years. And she's in deep. This man supports her. This man does everything for her. His wife doesn't have a clue. And this man is capable of juggling these dual lives quite nicely. Now, she's older. She's not interested in having any kids, so it's a pretty good situation for both of them. She has a good job. She just enjoys his company. But of course, she misses him sometimes. But the biggest part is that she does feel guilty because she also knows his wife. And she says, sometimes I can't be around her. I can't look in her face because they're both sharing the same man. So I said, listen, man, this is life. I'm not a priest. I'm not going to tell you to stop seeing him. He obviously gets something out of it, and both of you are enjoying life. And both of you are fine with the arrangement. So I have to look at these things from everybody's perspective because it is a love triangle. You got three people involved. And so the question always come up for me is, why do men step out? Why do men actually find a mistress? 99% of the time, there is something missing at home. And of course, I don't want to get into all the problems that married women tend to bring into marriages that forces the man to look elsewhere. But I will tell you, 99% of the time, the wife is taking her man for granted. She belittles him, demeans him. She deprives him of regular sexual activity. And she's literally become the man in the relationship. In a lot of times, men will seek femininity and comfort and peace and sexual activity and just all around friendship somewhere else.
It's the very things that cause what you complain about in your marriage, that your husband ignores you, that he's checked out, that he doesn't do anything to help out around the house, that he doesn't listen to you, he doesn't understand you, you don't feel like he's attracted to you or desires you anymore, doesn't pay you attention, doesn't appreciate you. Those are symptoms in a marriage of our toxic femininity, of emasculating our husbands. When you are married to a good man, all he wants is for you to be happy. And it doesn't take much for him to be happy in the relationship. I read a gold nugget of advice in marriage from Dr. Laura Schlesinger in her book, The Proper Care and Feeding of Husbands. And she shares that all it takes for a man to be happy in a marriage with a woman is a beer, a sandwich, and a little lovin'. She couldn't be more right. In the best way possible. Good men are simple. They just need a little bit of appreciation, and a beer, sandwich, and a little lovin' is the best way to show that appreciation to a man, generally speaking. And then the only other thing that they need is for us to be happy in ourselves.
And women, on the other hand, she sees a man who has already been vetted by another woman, and that man is prepared to give her some of that goodness that he's giving to his wife. She's willing to take some of that. She don't need that man around all the time. So she's perfectly happy with being the side piece, the mistress, the whatever other name that you guys want to give her, the woman on the side, the other woman. We got tons of names for these things. But the second person I'm speaking to, a man, and he thinks that he is falling in love with the mistress. That's a big no-no, my friend. Of course, he says, I'm not getting what I should be getting at home, and he just finds a lot more comfort with the mistress. Now, I immediately warned him, one basic problem with this. If he leaves his wife and takes the mistress, I can almost assure you that within the next 5 years or so with the mistress, she's going to become just like the wife. Don't jump ship and think that the mistress is going to remain the same. Don't ever do that. Now, you might think I'm condoning a man having a mistress. Listen, I'm not condoning it, and I'm not actually saying it's a bad thing. Each individual plays a role, unfortunately, and that is the reality of life. If you want to go biblical, if you want to go into any other scenario, since the beginning of time, there has been mistresses in every single culture that we know. Everyone. It's only since America has adopted themselves into this holier-than-thou society where it has made it forbidden. But ever since the beginning, there has always been societies that accept the fact that there's a mistress. So I want to go through about 5 or 6 different indicators that you might be falling in love with your mistress. And for you mistresses, I want you to identify these issues, okay? So I got them written down here. Number 1, he makes time for you. Most married men are busy as hell, man. Time is gold. That's it. But he squeezes in the time for you. That means that you are important. He's choosing you. You've become a priority after work, after family dinners, soccer games, bedtime stories. There's barely anything left in a lot of these men's lives, and he squeezes that time in just to see you. And if he's not seeing you, he's calling you, checking up on you, coffee dates, just little time. Time that he should be spending with his wife, he spends with you. You got to be aware that there might be some deeper feelings there, okay? Second sign, he's a bit flirty and jokey. He always testing the waters. He wants to see if you are into him as much as he's into you. He makes it lighthearted. Hey, baby, so you thought about me last night? You've been thinking about me a lot, huh? What if we could go away for a weekend? What do you think about that? Now, he's testing you to see how much you are into him, while all of these suggestions will actually put him in a situation where he is actually exposing himself to being caught. In other words, he's taking too much risk. So if you, as the mistress, want to preserve your relationship and you don't want anything to go upheaval, you like what you have going. He's buying you things. He's taking you to the nice places. He's consistent. It's consistent D, where you don't have to worry about getting any diseases, etc. You're in a good little spot. You don't want him to get caught. because you like what's happening. Plus, you don't want him full time. You don't want a cheating man full time. Because you're smart. You know that if he's cheating on his wife, he'll probably cheat on you.
So if you're a side chick, and your man is supposed to leave his wife for you, he's supposed to come and marry you, I just want you to know that you're getting married to a man who cheats on his wife. So when you get married, when you become his wife, just know that. Number 2, the things he has told you about her, oh, she yells, she's not as beautiful as you, alijiachilia after the baby came. You're also human. You also have faults. And he will start realizing those things when you move in together. So just know that man doesn't have the staying power. It's easier for him to replace you than work on the issues in the marriage. And lastly, do you guys know about the 80-20 rule, where he's getting this? The reason he has a side chick is because he's getting the 80% at home. The comfort, the clothes are ironed, there is food, the babies are there. The only thing he's looking for out here is the 20%. So you are the 20%, the excitement, the honeymoon phase, the clubbing, all those things that he can't really get from home. So you're only the 20%, and a 20% cannot sustain that marriage. That's why most men, when they go move in with the side chicks, most of them end up coming back to their first wife, if she's going to take him back.
But the man should know right up front that if he switches role and you become the new wife, he's going to be in the same situation. You're going to deprive him of all the things that the current wife is depriving him of. Because that's the reality of today's modern marriages. So watch out for the flirty jokes and the innuendos and the suggestions. He might be falling in love with you. Number 3, he asks about your life a lot. It goes beyond just curiosity. He wants to know how you're feeling, what are you looking for in the future, if you're meeting anyone or if you're talking to anyone, When he starts digging into details of your life, that's a dead giveaway. Most men don't really care about your nuances as long as he's getting some good sex, companionship. He don't really care about the other parts of your life, the intimate part. He don't really care. As long as you're keeping it clean, he knows, hey, I don't really care. If he's firing off questions like, who were you with last weekend? Or are you seeing anyone? That's not casual curiosity, my friend. There's some jealousy kicking in right there. He might be catching some feels. And that brings us to the big one. Number 4, he's getting jealous. He is now emotionally invested. Jealousy is something that's hard to mask. Even for the most composed man, that's hard, man. Men are very possessive about their woman. You heard what I just said? Their woman. It doesn't matter if it's his main one or his second or third one that he has. He's very possessive of every woman he's with, if he cares about her, especially if he's spending money or he's invested in you. He's paying for some of the rent, he's paying for groceries, he's paying the car note, he's paying for something on the side. He is invested and he's going to be jealous. So ladies, understand, if he's showing a sign of jealousy, you can't say he's controlling. No, he's just being a man. That's it. And if he's invested, he wants to know his investment is secure. It's his. Number 5, if talking about his marriage is a no-go topic, that's a sign that he's with you. He's falling for you. If he just wants you to focus on him and he wants to focus on you, he will probably not talk about his marriage. He will say things like, things are not good. Things are not good. Things are not good. It's okay. But he's not going to get involved in any details. Okay? And he wants to focus a lot of the conversation on where you guys are at. That means he's probably more emotionally involved with you than his marriage. Number 6, he's there when you need him. The man will drop whatever is going on and come to you as soon as he can. You know that there's some feels there, man. That means that your relationship has gone beyond just friendship and lovers. Most men treat their lovers like crap. That's why they stick around, Women love the bad boy attitude, But when the man starts to get feels and he's emotionally involved with you, he will then expand himself. The bandwidth will open up. He will put more into you, period. And so this is something that you have to identify. He'll be checking on you when you're down. If you're sick, he's there. You'll get the soup. Even if he can't make it personally, he's calling the delivery people to send you stuff. You know, he's calling Uber Eats for you, babes. He's making sure that you're good. I had a friend who had a lover, and she was horrible at investing. And he helped her put an investment account together. They were together 5 years, and eventually they got caught, and he had to stop seeing her. But she said 10 years down the line, she had a hell of a lot of money simply because this man had helped her set up an account. And some of it was his money that he gave to her. That's a good lover. That's a good man who you've gotten on the side. She said she never got married, and she said that was the best relationship she had, and no other man could compare to that married man that she was with. So we can talk about whether the woman has been alpha widowed, but this is one of the dangerous part about getting involved with a good man. When I say good, he treats you good, because good is subjective based on who we're talking to. So that's the reality check of it, man. Let's be real. Falling for a married man is not like walking in a park. The thrill might be intoxicating, but the emotional roller coaster can be brutal, especially if the wife finds out. So before you dive into this, my friends, just ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Men, you always have to ask yourself, is the fallout worth it? Now, I know, gentlemen, at the time that you are in the situation, you're in a frustrated state because you're not getting consistent sex at home like you used to when you got married to your wife. You got kids, pressures on from left, right, center, and the wife just keeps getting worse and worse. And you almost feel like you're trapped. And the only freedom you have is to actually step out. Ladies, I'll tell you, men do not leave marriages. You will get a lover, but he will not leave you. I know men who've had a mistress for 20, 30 years. Those women play their part. Whether the wife knows or not or cares, it doesn't matter. They're not married to these women. So we all have a part to play in this whole scheme of relationships and love, my friend. Ladies, you always have to ask yourself, if you have a high-value man, do you really care if you share him as long as you have the best life that you can possibly have? That's something you need to ask yourself. Because every woman swears that she should have the best value man, the highest value man, and he should be hers 100%. I did a video on this a couple of days ago, so go and watch that one. But it is a question that we need to ask ourselves as we enter a world where less and less men are willing to commit. I think as we move into a world where more and more men are not going to jump on the marriage wagon, we're going to see a lot more women sharing the same man. Okay, so my friends, listen, subscribe, book a session if you'd like to, buy my digital course, get the free ChatGPT apps. Listen, the best place to actually get a lot of value from this channel is if you go in the description section of my video. On all of my videos, in the description section, you're going to find a lot of AI tools, whatever tools I use to create my videos. You're going to get free stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I put there in the description channel. So just go and check that out. Click in there. Sometimes I forget to tell you guys, but always check in the description for extra stuff that I'm offering you guys. So my friends, I'm going to cut it short today. Remember, my friends, whenever in doubt, always, always ask an older man. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.